everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia, and this is Jade, my cat. She's never happy. I gotta take her hat off. But today we're gonna teach you how to make this lion hat. It's so funny for a cat costume. She's so funny right now. Oh my gosh. She's not really liking it, but I'm gonna make it for them and for both of my cats, Fern and Jade. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I can't stop laughing. So I'm going to make this today and show you how to make it so you can make it for your fur baby. But she's going to pull it off because she's not very happy. But it's just a tube and you can just put it on them. Just make sure to supervise every time you put them on your cat, just in case. But she likes it and it's super cute. I'm just using basic Red Heart Super Saver yarn today in this project. I'm using gold and warm brown. And then I'm also using this soft gold color of a different brand of yarn, which I just had scraps of. I don't even know the name of this one, but it's kind of like a Care-On Simply Soft type of yarn. So we're using those three colors in this tutorial, but you can use any yarns you want. We are going to fray out the yarn. Our main color is the warm brown, and we are going to make the band with that, with ear holes, and then we are going to attach fringe to it. So, and obviously you need a pet to wear this. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to also need an H size crochet hook, which is 5 millimeters, and I got this one from the Etsy shop Would Be Fancy. And also you're going to need a scissors and a yarn needle to cut your yarn and sew in some ends and sew things together and things like that. So those are all the supplies you need. She's so cute. Alright, I'm going to go put Fern in the other room so we can film. So let's get started. Before we begin, though, make sure to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube and also thumbs up this video, like it. And make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. All the information is in the description of this video. Alright, Jade, let's go! Let's get started and make this cute little lion hat for my pets, and she doesn't like it, so you'll see in the photos. They're gonna be super cute. Let's start out with the warm brown color in the Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and we are going to make a slip knot. So put your short end over the long end, then fold this down, and then pull your long end through and pull tight. Insert your hook, and we can start. So let's start out by chaining 35, or however much the circumference around your pet's head is. So you saw how I put it on Jade's face. Just how long the chain will be is around your pet's head. So I'm going to chain 35 because my pets are kind of small. So just yarn over and pull through, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will make you watch me chain all 35. So just chain 35 and I will come right back. Alright, so this is what your chain should look like. So we're going to bring this without twisting anything. We're going to bring the first chain to the hook here, and we're going to insert our hook into the very first chain. And I like to work on these back ridges, but you can decide whichever loop you want to work into. And then we are going to single crochet into that chain. So I went into that chain, then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And now we have just put a single crochet into the very first chain. Now we are going to single crochet in the rest of the chains around. So this has created a ring that will just slide over your cat or dog's face here. And we're just going to single crochet all the way around here. So very simple, just going into the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then hop to the next chain and do the same thing. So at the end of this round you'll have 35 single crochet stitches, and I'll come back on screen here when I get to the end of this round and we'll go on to round 2. Alright, so I just finished round 1 of single crocheting into each chain around. Now make sure without twisting everything, you can go on to round 2 here. And for the rest of the rounds that we're working in the round, we want to work into the back loop only, okay? Because the front loops we'll work into later when we add the fringe. So we're only working in these back loops here. That's the loop that's furthest away from you when you're working. Okay, the back loop only, just like this. Okay, so we're going to, for round 2, just put 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Okay, that's that, just simple. We're working in continuous rounds, and if you wanted to put a stitch marker right before that stitch right there, just to mark your rounds, but as you can see, the round starts right there, so you'll be able to just kind of eyeball it too if you want to, but you can put a stitch marker in there to mark your rounds, and that's totally cool too. So just make sure you work in the back loops only though, because we will need those front loops later, and I'll show you how to do that later. But I'm just going to single crochet around for round 2, and then for round 3 we are going to make the ear holes so the ears can poke out of the holes on the hat next. Alright, just finished round 2, so we just single crocheted in the back loop, so you can see there's that ridge right there we will be working in later. So going on to round 3, we are going to make the ear holes. So let's single crochet into 7 stitches, again in the back loops only, so go into the next stitch. Here's 1, okay, 2 is the next one, next one is 3, then 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we are going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the next stitch and single crochet in the next 5 stitches here. So there's 1, next stitch is 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then single crochet into the rest of the stitches, only in the back loops, okay? So we're just going to single crochet in the rest of the stitches around, and that's round 3. Now on round 4, I'll come back, or actually you can just continue watching because I'm just going to single crochet pretty fast here, and we're all the way back to the beginning now. So for round 4, we are going to single crochet around. Okay, so for round 4 here, we're just going to single crochet into each stitch and each chain around. So I'm on round 4 now. And you can see here I'm just single crocheting into each of these stitches. And once you get to the chain spaces here, I like to turn this chain back up towards me like this and work in those back ridges. Right there. Okay, next one. Work into the chain. If you wanted to though, you could just work into the chain space, just putting 4 single crochets in there. And that's totally fine too, because nobody's really going to see this part because it's going to be behind your pet's ear. Okay, but then remember, back loops only, and just single crochet in the rest of the stitches around. Okay, so do that all the way around for round 4, and then I'll come back and we'll show you round 5 next. Alright, as you can see, now the ear holes have fully been completed. Now we are going to single crochet in each stitch around for round 5. So just basically repeating round 2 there. Just single crochet around. And then I'll come back and show you what to do for the next round. Alright, so I just finished round 5. At this point, we are just going to work in rows across the back here. So you can see the 2 ear holes are here. So we're just going to work in rows across the back because at this point it'll be under the chin and you don't want it to come too far down on the neck. So what we're going to do is slip stitch into this next stitch right here. So go into the back loop, yarn over, pull through, and through. And then we're going to chain up 1, okay? And we're going to half double crochet into that same stitch. So yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. So we're going to half double crochet in 21 stitches total. So that was 1. So go into this next one here, half double crochet. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, and just half double crochet into 21 stitches. Okay, and when we do that, then we'll come back and we'll go on to the next row. Okay, so I went past 21 stitches. I did 24 stitches only because it wasn't as even, as you can see on this side where the ear hole is, and these many stitches after, and then there was this side with this many stitches after. So I wanted it to be even all the way around, or all the way across this top part, so I ended up doing 24 stitches instead. You can do as many as you need to. So now chain up 1 and turn your work to the back here, like this. And we are going to half double crochet across. So yarn over, go into the very first stitch, and you can go into the actual stitch, the full both loops part, because we won't put any fringe on this part here. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go into the next, and make your half double crochets. And we're just half double crocheting in each of these half double crochet stitches, and that's it. So I'll do that and then I'll come back for the next row. Alright, so for the next row we are going to chain up 1 and turn our work, so we're looking at this side, okay? And we are going to half double crochet across, but when we get to this point, we're not going to fasten off. We're actually going to work around the whole piece, and I'll show you what to do. So I'm just going to half double crochet into each one of these 24 stitches, but then once I get to the very end of this row, I'll show you what to do next, because it's actually working in a full round. So I'll come back at the end of this row. Alright, just finishing up this row. So when you're on the very last stitch, we're going to actually double crochet together, like 3 or 4 stitches, depending on how much of a space you guys need to go. So what we're going to do is yarn over, go into the very last stitch on this row, yarn over, pull through, hold those 3 loops on your hook, go down this side to like this stitch right down here. Okay, go down the side and go around that stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then go down to the very next stitch on this row, down here, into that stitch, yarn over, pull through. So now we have 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 5 of those loops, and pull tight, just like that. And now we're just going to single crochet into each stitch until we get to the other side. So just single crochet, and you can see I'm working in both loops as well, so no more back loop or anything like that. Just single crochet until we get to this side, and you can see here I'm already there. So what we're going to do is go into this last stitch on this part right here, go in, yarn over, pull through. Go into the next section here, I'm just going to go right in here, yarn over, pull through, and then go up to the top or on this side, doesn't matter, right here is good, pull through, and let's do one more. Go up to the very, very top stitch, yarn over, pull through. So we have 5 loops on the hook, that's a single crochet all of these together. You could half double crochet them all together, it's up to you. Yarn over, pull through all of those loops, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to cut our yarn, pull it all the way through, pull it tight, grab our yarn needle right away, yarn the needle with that strand, and we're going to sew this in. And that is the hat part, or the, I guess you could call it a hat, the wrap part, I guess. Okay, cut any extra. Okay, and I also have to sew in this end too. So that is the top part, or the main part of your hat. So now what we have to do is cut a bunch of strands, and we are going to attach them to the front loops that we have free here, and we are going to make fringe for our lion mane. So what we have to do is grab our yarn. Now we're going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to use the main color here, warm brown. I'm going to use Super Saver in gold, and then I'm going to use this golden softer color. It's a different texture as well, but you can use any type of yarn that you want. Okay, and I'm going to just grab these 3 strands, and I'm going to make like, I don't know, they're about 6 inches of strands, and I'm just going to fold this and just keep folding and folding and making a bunch of strands of 3 colors. Okay, all the same size. Okay, and then we're going to take our scissors and cut those strands so that they are all separate. Okay, on each side. Just like this. Okay. Then, if you want to, you can separate them into their color piles. Okay, just like that. And I don't have a specific number on how many you will need, but you can just do as many as you want, and you can start wherever. So I'm going to start on this side and kind of just go all the way around. So we're going to go into each of these front loops here. Okay, I'm just going to grab one strand, fold it in half, hook it on the hook, pull it through. And if you've ever done latch hooking, it's kind of similar to that. Yarn over with both of those and then pull it through like this. And then pull tight. And then go into the next stitch, grab the next color, hook that on, pull it through, yarn over with both strands, pull them through, pull tight. Next one, next color. Hook it on, yarn over, pull them through, pull tight. And then you could just go through each of the colors, or you can make them random, or you can put them in order, or you can just use one color or just 2 colors. Totally up to you. This is creator's choice, so really it does not matter. And if you actually have fun fur yarn, you could just use fun fur yarn. That could be fun too. That could be cute. But I'm just going to use these strands here, just like this. And then once you have them all attached, I'll come back and I'll show you how to fray them and trim them down. Alright, so I've attached a ton of different strands all the way around. I left this part unworked and some of this back here unworked. But the ear holes are where my fingers are, here and here. So you want to go through each stitch all the way around, and I know it looks really messy right now, but what we're going to do now is kind of trim this down so that these strands kind of just stand straight up. Okay, so you want them to be about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, okay? So what we're going to do is let gravity help us, and it's best to do this over a trash can, but I'm just going to do it on my background here, and then I can just wipe it off. If you want to do it on a table, and you can just wipe it down into the trash. But what we're going to do is just hold it up here like this and just work along the bottom edge here. And just kind of eyeball it and just trim. Okay, and once you've trimmed enough that you're satisfied with, you want to turn this and then do this half. Okay, and just keep doing these sections, section by section, just like this. And you just want to eyeball it. Make sure you get everything. Okay, and then turn again. Okay, and do this section. So I'm just going to trim until I'm done basically to my liking. And then we can fray. Alright, once you've cut your pieces down, you can see all my strands here that I cut down. I grabbed my cat's brush and I'm kind of just fraying this out. You can fray yours out using your yarn needle, but it's very tedious and it can take a while. And I'll even show you here. What I did earlier is I just took my yarn needle and just kind of went through a strand and just pulled. And that is what frayed it. Just went through a strand and just pulled. Just like that. But that obviously is going to take forever and it's very tedious and it doesn't make it fluffy really at all. So I grabbed the hairbrush, or you can use a hairbrush or a comb, and kind of just comb it out. And obviously it's going to pull your yarn a little bit, so I'm going to go back through and trim this down a little bit better too. I'm going to flip it over and do both sides and just fray it out, and then I'm going to trim it down, and then once my mane is how I like it, oh my gosh, how cool. It's going to be so fuzzy and cute. I can put it on my cat and it's going to be so cute. Alright, I just trimmed a little bit more off here and that is good. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make this cute little lion mane for your cat or dog. And if you do make this, please share photos on Facebook or on Instagram, #YARNutopia. I would love to see this on your pet. It's so cute. It's cuter when it's on the pet. But make sure to check out the photos of my fur babies, Jade and Fern. They're so funny. I made 2 of these now. And I just love how the frayed edges look really soft and fluffy. Big thank you to Red Heart Yarns for providing the yarn today. And big thank you to my dad back there for filming and editing this tutorial. A big thank you to my kitties for being so cute in these little manes, and big thank you to you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube and give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, happy hooking!